Hey, Dell from MDMD Reviews. If you're not interested in hearing anything I'm saying about the LumaFusion and the Chromebook, and what I'm going to show you different Chromebooks that I had and what I'm using, just go ahead and fast forward the video where I actually get down to actually editing LumaFusion on screen. Hi, I'm Dale from MDMD Review, and today I would like to review LumaFusion on Chromebook. Initially, my search for a video editing software on Chromebook started last year, but most of the softwares that I would use or saw or try to use on my Chromebook, they just didn't work out. They would either end up crashing, or they would end up not opening up. So for a long time, what I would do is I would just record videos on my Chromebook, like I do now. I always record on my Chromebook. I have a Logitech StreamCam right here in front of me, attached to my Chromebook, and I have a USB dynamic microphone as well. So for me, I would always have to record on my Chromebook and transfer them to my PC, which is behind me, my gaming PC, which me and my wife bought a couple years ago, just to do video editing. So usually, that would just be my my everyday kind of transition until LumaFusion came on the scene. So today, I just want to answer a few basic questions about LumaFusion. How does it perform on Chromebook? Who is it for? Is it ideal for everyday use? And what's the rendering speeds on LumaFusion for Chromebook? And my final thoughts on LumaFusion. Now, I will say that I'm going to speak a little bit about LumaFusion. I'm gonna go to my screen real quick and show you guys the Chromebook that I have, the Chromebook that I had. And I say that because I was reading a Reddit was it a thread or a post, and people were excited about LumaFusion on Chromebook. But when a lot of people begin to go and get it, a lot of the reviews, people were saying that it wasn't really performing too well. And so I did my research, and I didn't really know if it was a certain type of Chromebook that it needed to be on. I know you can argue that LumaFusion specifies that it has to be i3 or i5, but I assure you that's not the case at all. What I found is that the Chromebooks that have 8 gigs of RAM are more so ideal for LumaFusion. I say this because I recently bought my Chromebook that I'm using now, the Acer 317. It's a 17.3-inch screen. It's 8 gigs of RAM, and it has like a mid-grade processor. But I sold it to use LumaFusion with. Before that, I was using what was it, Asus? I'll show you on the screen. I can't remember the name, but I know it was a 17.3-inch screen as well. But it only had 4 gigs of RAM, and I knew I was going to have a problem trying to run Luna on it, because sometimes when I would start to run multiple apps at once, it would start to begin to be slow. So I was like, I know I can't run LumaFusion on that, and I wasn't really sure. But the more I did my research and I watched videos and I read up on it, one of a blog I came upon, the guy said that if you're gonna run LumaFusion on Chromebook, you want to at least make sure that you have the bare minimum 8 gigs of RAM. And he didn't get into the processor, whether it was 3i or i5 or none of that. At least have 8 gigs of RAM. If you have, it says on their website that you can have you need the minimum is 3 gigs of RAM, and you probably can. But trust me, you're gonna have problems if you have 4 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs of RAM trying to run LumaFusion on your Chromebook. I have 8 gigs of RAM, and sometimes when I'm editing, sometimes it'll begin to be glitchy or still shot for a moment, but then it'll get back to normal. So I know for a fact that if you're using anything less than 8 gigs of RAM, you're gonna have a problem. And many of the people on the Reddit posts were saying that they had purchased LumaFusion, they were excited about it, and it wasn't really performing too well on their Chromebooks. And as I read the post, that led me to do my own research before I purchased this Chromebook, because I didn't want to purchase the Chromebook and then it didn't work with LumaFusion. So without further ado, I'm gonna go to my screen, show you the Chromebook that I have, so you can at least know the bare minimum you can get. And I will say a disclaimer: you can usually get Chromebooks at discount at Best Buy, BestBuy.com. If you look at Best Buy every day, you might see a Chromebook for $500 today, but tomorrow it'll be for $250 on sale. And that's usually what I do. You know, when I bought my original Chromebook, the Acer, it was 17.3 inch screen. It was $368.99 retail price, but I paid $180 for it when it was on sale. The Chromebook that I have now is $499 retail price, but I caught it on sale for $299. And actually, I was when I was looking at it, because I was doing my research for LumaFusion, the timestamp for the sale on Best Buy was starting to go down. I think I had like 24 minutes left, and I just went ahead and purchased it. So, but if you're looking for a good laptop, Chromebook, Best Buy is probably your best option. I will say that I searched on Amazon for my Chromebook, and they had it, but they only had it in the 4 gigs of RAM. They didn't have the 8 gig version. I only saw that on BestBuy.com. So let's get into the actual on screen. Let me show you what I have, what I'm using, and then I'm going to show you what I had. And I sold that, and I realized that LumaFusion probably wasn't going to run too well on that. Now, I could be wrong. If there's somebody out there with a Chromebook, 3 gigs of RAM or 4 gigs of RAM, and you're running LumaFusion, please let me know. Also, I'm going to also show you my webcam and my microphone, what I'm using as well, just so you know everything that I'm doing is on the Chromebook. So as I was saying before, this is the Chromebook that I had that I sold on eBay. I bought it March 25th, 2022. As you can see, like I said, it's an Asus 17.3 inch screen, budget processor, 4 gigs of RAM. It had 32 gigs of internal storage. But with all my Chromebooks, I always go to Micro Center and purchase a 250 something SD card. It's like $9-10, so they're fairly cheap. So that's what I have, and this is now what I have right here. The Acer 317. Again, as you can tell, I like big screens. 17.3 inches. It's touch screen. It's an Intel processor, N600, 8 gigs of RAM, and that's basically what you would need. I would say the bare minimum to run LumaFusion is the 8 gigs of RAM. And this right here is a little bit more internal storage, 64 gigabytes. But again, I took the SD card out of my old Chromebook and popped it in this one, so I have 250 something gigabytes of storage, and it also has Wi-Fi 6. And I also love that it's touchscreen too. Now, let's go to the my webcam that I use on my Chromebook to record. Logitech. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because I know you guys want to see me edit on Chromebook, edit LumaFusion on Chromebook. But I just want to show you, if anyone out there was just wondering, this is what I use. You can usually find it on eBay for like $60, so don't let this price tag fool you. You can get it on eBay for like $60. This is the microphone I use, Maano dynamic microphone. It's USB, plug and play on your phone or your Chromebook, PC, Mac, whatever you choose. This is also the other microphone that I always use as well, and I also did a review of this microphone today. If you want to go check that out, this is the other microphone that I mainly use as well. And this one also is USB, plug and play on your phone as well. So let's see what you guys all came. Let's see me edit LumaFusion on Chromebook. This is what you guys been waiting for. Without further ado, what you all been waiting for, let me pull up something that I was using earlier today. This is pretty short. Get this right here. Okay. Here we go. This is a video I was editing earlier today on the microphone I was showing you. If you guys want to go watch that video, definitely go do so. If not, then don't. I'm gonna just do about a minute. I will say, when it comes to rendering time on LumaFusion, however long the video is that you're editing, is however long it's going to take to for it to render. That's one of the things that I don't like about it, but I guess it's kind of to be expected because it's a Chromebook. It's not really a powerful machine. Like earlier today when I was editing the video, I was showing you all the microphone I did. It was like a 12-minute video. It took about 3.5, 4 minutes to render on my PC, versus if I had done it on LumaFusion, it took 12 minutes for it to actually render, which I don't really have a problem with. I guess if you're not if you have anything to do, it's fine. So let me go real quick, place real quick, space bar. So let me just go real quick back to the beginning. You go up here, title. Let me choose a nice title. I don't know what I want to do. I'll put it right here. Let's see. So right here, you go to the pencil. It'll automatically take you to the screen where you want to add the words. Here, add your text. I will put go right here. I will put Dale reviews. Zeal Sound K66B. And then now we're done with that. Go back. So video comes on right there. And if I wanted to put a lower third, what's this right here? Okay, I don't like that one. No. I did this one. No, I did this one. Okay. Well, I put a lower third. Sorry, you start to think you want to choose one, and you see a bunch of other ones. Just use this one. So y'all know my name. Y'all watch the video. Not that it matters, but just to show you. Go back to the pencil icon again. Text right here. Dell. Name of my channel. MDMD reviews. Usually when I make videos, I make them very simple. I don't really do color correction, anything like that. Now right here, if you wanted to, let me see, what's this right here? Right here, if you wanted to do color correction, I'll play with it for the sake of this video. I'll just play with it a little bit. I guess I'm not playing with it. Let's go back. They have something called story blocks. I'm assuming they're like different backgrounds and effects and things like that. I think some of them are free. Then some of them, if you actually like them, you gotta pay for them. But again, I keep my video edits real simple. I will say one of the things that Luma doesn't have that I don't really like too well is that they don't really have good audio plugins or effects. And me, I have a background in audio, so for someone like me, I would want to have something like that where I could have different audio effects. So that's one of the things that I didn't like about it. But if you double click, on it, where's the right here? You go to audio. They do have different audio filters, and really, I normally just stick to dynamic processor and a limiter. And I say limiter because let's say my audio is too hot or whatever, and I'm not really sure. I don't really feel like going through the whole video. I just set it to let's set it to negative 5. So there you go. And right here, if you go right here, you can make it faster or slower. It's up to you. Again, I don't really fool with any of that stuff. Fit the frame. I'm not gonna fool that stuff either. Right here is what I was saying earlier. Is it gonna show me? Is it gonna show us? So, go back. Okay, let's see. Is it gonna see? Boom. High contrast. Fade. I like warm up, but I go back to the original. Because when I edit videos, I don't really do too much color correction, color grading. I'm just doing reviews about products. What do I need to fix color for? And let's go ahead and render it. To render, you go right here. Go to movie, or if you just want to do audio, you can do audio right here. My files. I didn't create a name for my project, did I? No, I didn't create a name for my project. Say mic review. Review. Yep. SD card is going to go here. Use this. Okay. And I will let you all see in real time how long it takes to render. That's why I was thinking to myself, LumaFusion is great for somebody who only has the budget for only have the budget for a Chromebook don't really have the budget to go out and spend a lot of money for a gaming laptop, which is probably what you'll probably need to edit video. Probably the bare minimum i3. But for someone who doesn't have that budget or doesn't really want to go out there and spend that kind of money, you could just get you a affordable Chromebook and use LumaFusion. And I think LumaFusion it's great for what it does, but it does have limitations. As I stated, I don't like that I can't add audio plugins. And for someone like me who has an audio background, that's kind of what I live for. More times than often when I edit videos, I think I spend more time on the audio than I do the actual video, as you could probably see for yourself. But it's great. It's simple. I think anybody can use it. If you have a Chromebook or Android, it's a wonderful tool to use. I can't find any complaints with it besides what I said about the audio plugins. That's about it. As you can see for yourself, it's rendering in real time. Like I said, if you're somebody who wants to do videos 12 to half an hour, I mean, you can do that, but you're going to be spending a lot of time waiting for it to render. And I didn't edit as much as I would. Usually I would have went in and I would have cut some things out and cut out this but just for the sake of the video, I just wanted you guys to see what it has to offer, the titles, the audio filters that it does have, the lower thirds, and the rendering time. I know that was a long tutorial, LumaFusion on Chromebook, but I just wanted to give you guys a very in-depth review. Oftentimes, I try to make reviews based off the questions that I ask when I go look for videos, and sometimes when I watch videos, I see certain things, but I have more questions, so I try to make my videos more deep and detailed, so that it can kind of alleviate all questions. That's why I went into, well, what are you using? What are you using? Do you shoot on? Can you shoot on Chromebook? Because oftentimes when I tell people that I film on a Chromebook, they're like, what? You can do that? How? I'm like, well, you should get an external camera or external webcam and USB microphone, and you go to the camera app and you hit record. So that's why I touched on that, and then I touched on, well, how does it perform on Chromebook really? Because again, I was doing my research. I searched YouTube. I didn't really see any real people do reviews on LumaFusion on Chromebook that wasn't a part of the LumaFusion company. So I'm like, well, let me do a video. So I didn't see one. But my final thoughts on it with saying all of that is that LumaFusion, it's great for what it does. As I said before, I think it's great for someone who doesn't really want to go out there and spend the money to purchase a gaming PC to edit videos. It's wonderful for that. It has limitations. I would say that if you're someone who's going to be recording a podcast or whatever, I would say make sure you're in a space where the room is quiet. If you're going to use a condenser microphone, otherwise I would say I would just use a USB dynamic microphone. Make sure your audio is right. I would like, even when I do my videos, I do a few audio checks to make sure that my audio is right, audio level is right, because again, you're limited on what you can do with the audio in the software. But again, I don't think it's pitched for people to be able to really edit audio too heavy. And I will say I saw that people who have iPads and iPhones and MacBooks, I don't know about MacBooks, I think it's but I will say iPads and iPhones, that they do have like a runaround to be able to download audio plugins, and I watched the video, but unfortunately that wasn't the case for Chromebook. Maybe LumaFusion will make it possible for Chromebook and Android users in the future, but for now I don't think it's a possibility. If it is, please again let me know so I can begin to use it. If I'm honest, I was kind of unsure if I was gonna keep LumaFusion or not, or just ask for a refund, because like I said before, I probably wouldn't use it for myself, because I don't want to spend that much time trying to edit. I don't want to spend that much time waiting for a video to render. I can render a 20-minute video on my PC in like 5-6 minutes. Why would I want to spend 25 minutes waiting for a video to render? But again, LumaFusion, I don't think it's pitched for people like me. It's pitched for people who want something simple. You're in a creative space, you want to start a YouTube channel, blase. It's great for that. Maybe I will keep it. I'm not really sure, but all in all, besides the audio plugins not being available, I do think it's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful app for what it does. I'm excited to have it on Chromebook. Like I said, last year I looked and tried many different video editing apps on Chromebook. They wasn't the answer. LumaFusion is the answer. So again, Dale from MDMD Reviews. Thank you for watching my video. If you found it educational, if you found it good, please like and subscribe. Until next time, peace.